Hello, my Tubies and my Teletubbies. It's me, Sheila Truelove, and this is part three of a continuation that black men, that most women with common sense see as kings. And the reason why I am pursuing this, wait, hold up. Oh, I had to turn that around briefly. The reason why I'm pursuing this is because I've had some of the men call me a black a tubies who feel that I had some kind of animosity towards black men because I have certain things that I say about the black man. It has nothing to do with animosity and more to do with truth. So right now I am making this segment, if you will, about how we do have some black men that are kings, and we have a lot of great uh, black men who are amazing. And like I said, what the media, the movies, magazines, advertisement, marketing want us to believe is that all of majority, not all, but majority of black men are turning towards other races of women, and that's not true. No, that's not true, because if you look at part one and part two, and this is now part three, you get to see the truth of what's really going on and not what the racist media and the white supremacists want us to believe. Let's listen in to what he has to say here.
Hi, people. So, ever since I was a small child, okay, I've heard this myth concerning American black women. Now, I mean, they are submissive. Their men are leaving them for the Asian woman, the white woman, the mixed light-skinned half-breed mulatto woman, the Latina that's non-black, aka mostly mestiza woman, okay? Because they can keep their men. Because black women don't listen, and black men are leaving black women for the pig meat.
The pig meat?
Yet, 90% of black men marry black women. 90%. And the funny thing is, I've talked to those men, the black men who went from black to white to Latino to Asian, who went back to black.
And trust me, he's not lying. Because, like I told you, I have five brothers. Okay? And they have done their share of going out there, stepping out, and checking out the different races of women. They all end up coming right back to ebony women with stories to tell. So, when it comes to what's going on with this interracial whatever, trust me, Sheila True Love, I have the skinny on it, sweetheart. I also have several buddies, I call them buddies because they're not friends, of black men who have stepped outside the race and they thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and then they found out that it was not even grass, it was astroturf. It was fake, it was phony. So what this character here is saying, this dude, well, I'm gonna say a man for now, it's true. He's not lying because I experienced it firsthand. I asked them what was the difference that you noticed between ebony women and Caucasian women. They said Caucasian women are easier to get, whereas an ebony woman, it takes more work. So anything that's easy to get, that means it's not valued as much. Or anything that's just as easy to get, then it's just as easy to lose. So a lot of them are seeing the difference. They also say that ebony women have sugar walls between their legs, whereas other races of women, it feels differently. It's totally different. Other races of women, they are skilled when it comes to the oral thing, but when it comes to sugar walls, black women, we got them beat, baby. When it comes to that, and that's not trying to discredit any other woman. We're just talking facts here. Don't just listen to me. Listen to what's being said here.
They all told me the same thing. That the grass is not greener on the other side at all. I talked to the actual white man, the Asian man, the non-black Latino man. about their women. And they aren't calling their women submissive, attentive, supportive. These men are creating ideologies and groups such as MGTOW. And MGTOW is mostly white men. Let's keep it real.
I'm sure you guys have heard of MGTOW, MGTOW. It's supposed to be men going their own way. And majority of those people who's a part of, I say men groping their own wieners. But what the hell do I know? Well, they say it's men going their own way, and majority of these men who have decided to go their own way, it's Caucasian men. So if these other races of women are supposed to be so much better than ebony women, why have all these Caucasians, Asians, and all of this decided that they're going to go their own way? They no longer want to be bothered with women.
About white women, saying how they're nagging, how they are cheating, saying how they ain't loyal out here to them, ain't submissive, too demanding, too picky. But when it comes to the black women, they try to act like it's just black women doing this. But the reason why is this: they don't call them out by their racial group. Nah, the Asian man, the white man, they just say women. They say women are this way. The women are nagging, demanding, but they're talking about their group of people. So that tells me that people are being dishonest. The black men who went from black to non-black to black, as well as the non-black men, are always telling me the same thing about white, Asian, non-black Latino women. I hear the same thing over and over and over again, which is the following, In the beginning, it's all good. The women are submissive, attentive, supportive. And then come 3, 4, 5, 10 years later, they switch up. I've yet to hear.
Honey, this day and age, it ain't even no 3 years before they switch up. If you could get a good 18 months these days, yeah, consider yourself lucky. Because when it comes to the dating of this day and age, 18 months is about all it takes. So, they get married, and like this man says, it starts off great. It's gravy. It's the love bombing of the stage. Everything is the fairy tale and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of these females, they put on this front and this air of being something that they know damn well they're not. Whereas with the ebony woman, she comes out the gate keeping it real. So you know exactly what you're walking into. You know exactly what you're getting.
From a single American, especially black man, tell me that when they date American, because again, there are foreign black women who do act different, because different cultures. It's for real. But of course, they are still black. So
Exactly. There are foreign black women. Like there's a lot of men who say American women are this way. I don't like American women. Well, you have ebony women who are from foreign countries, like Africa, like Jamaica, like Trinidad. You even have Dominican women who are from Dominican. They're brown-skinned, black-looking women too. They come from different cultures, different backgrounds. So when they sit up here and talk about where I like these other women because of the different culture and the way they are raised to treat a man, ebony people have different cultures too. All ebony people are not American. Especially, my roommate is African, sweetheart, and she is, I've been exposed to things about African women and African people. I never knew all of this. If you want a submissive woman, if these black men are really talking about they want a woman who's going to listen, be attentive, and be submissive, they would be with African women. And the only reason that they're not with the African woman is because that's not what marketing, media, movies, magazine is promoting. It's just that simple. And like I said, my channel is for people who are intelligent. And my channel is for people who have common sense. Now, if this media and all of that, movies, and you will see nothing but brown, dark skin, black skin women, everybody all over the world will want nothing but brown skin, nothing but black, or nothing but dark skin women. Everybody would be going after that because that's what the media and marketing, promoting, and all of that would be pushing. It's not even about preference anymore. It's not. That's a lie. That's always been a lie. When they say, well, that's just my preference. That's not your preference. Your preference based on what? Ask them that question. This is your preference, really? Based on what, sweetheart? Now, I want you to break it down for me. It's based on what you see constantly being indoctrinated in your head. Everywhere you go to the mall, go to the supermarket, go to the stores, and all you see plastered everywhere is pale skin, light skin, pale light. It has nothing to do with your preference. Not really. It has something to do, no, I'm sorry. It has everything to do with your weak mind. That's what it's about. Keep it real, please. Like I said, Sheila True Love. I don't bite my tongue, honey. Let's keep it real. Real talk.
The things apply to them as well. But that being said, they never told me that, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, the black woman switched up on them. Never heard it. Never heard it.
That's right.
So, why is it that the non-blacks tell me that the women that they are with, the white chick, Asian, non-black Latina, switch up on them? But the black woman, when it comes to black men dating them, is always consistent.
Yup.
So that tells me, as a man who is non-biased, that they're being more honest. You see, black women are probably the most honest women to date. Because from the rip, they're going to have things that are constant. There is no, 5 years later, she give me attitude, she nagging. No. She is how she is in the beginning, so you can handle those issues accordingly.
Thank you. She comes out the gate letting you see what you're going to get. She's not coming out like this real sweetheart and she's totally submissive. Yes, honey, I understand. I know that you came home 2-3 days later. I have nothing to say. Yeah, darling, you walk into the house and it's after midnight. No problem, babe. I don't ask any questions. No, black women ain't trying to hear that. No, because it's not respectful. It's inappropriate. And you think about it, if a woman was to come into the home after midnight, she gets off work at 5, she's usually home by 6, and yet she comes in after midnight or she comes in the next day, do you honestly believe any man on the planet, I don't care what race he is going to sit there and have absolutely nothing to say, not ask questions, not have are you serious? You didn't call, she don't bother to call. She just comes home the next day or she comes in after midnight. What man do you know that's going to put up with that? What man do you know that if his woman comes home with a hickey on her neck or some kind of mark on her neck, and you can see that it's pretty much a love hickey, and the man ain't going to say a damn thing? Yeah, really? Show me that guy. Really. Because I'll show you a guy that's on the down low. He's straight up gay and really don't give a damn about the broad anyway.
So, let's be honest. I don't think the issues that come with women as a whole are a racial thing. And it's very unfair to put it on just black women.
Exactly. I have another point. What person who is not stupid as all get out sits up here and believes your man works at McDonald's. He works at McDonald's and he's telling you that he's going out or he's going away on a business trip. And he's going to be gone for 3 days or 4 days on a business trip. And he works at McDonald's. He's not even management. And a lot of these other races of women, they fall into that. They buy into. They say, "Okay, honey, well, call me when you get there. Call me," and the man don't even bother to call. No, nothing. He goes over there, do what he got to do with his other person. Comes home, whatever. She sits up here and says, "So, how was your trip, babe?" Was black women? What? What? You go? You wait? Hold up. You work at McDonald's for a minute here. You're going away on a business trip. Ha! Yeah, we're looking into the hotels. I want to see tickets. I'm speaking to management. I'm going to verify this. I'm definitely that's at black women. Whereas you have other races of women, not to disrespect them or try to be offensive to them. They don't know black men. We were raised in the same house with them. We were raised around them. We know their games, their manipulation, and all of that nonsense. That's why they have issues with their own race of women. Hey, now, in a world you work at McDonald's or Burger King and you're telling me you have to go away on business for 3 or 4 days. Really? Yeah, we're definitely going to do some investigation here.
Because for some reason, when it comes to these people in debates about women, they cut them up in categories. It's always black women and then just women. When in reality, it should just be women. In reality, it should just be honesty, okay? Because that dialogue of, oh, black women are not submissive, but the white girls are, except when I don't call them white. Suspicious. Dishonesty. I don't like that at all. So, let's be real with each other, okay? Real discussion. And stop being dishonest to black women. Let's cut it out, man. Let's cut it out, because to just put that negativity on them universally when other groups are doing they're doing the exact same thing, y'all. It's unfair. That's all I gotta say. Peace.
Now, I don't want to make a bad impression because there's nothing wrong with races getting together and being friends. Actually, that's a beautiful thing. But right now, the black race, they first have to get past all this colorism because that's worse than racism. For a black man to ever cry and talk about how unfair racism is, yet they buy into all this colorism and they buy into this white supremacy and they base who's more valuable based on the skin tone. Those kind of black men, they just need to shut the hell up, to be honest with you, when it comes to racism. They need to shut up. And they need to take all the abuse that they get. Now, I don't want to hear all that stupid garbage when people come out with, that's just my preference. It's not about preference. Preference based on what? Preference based on the media. Preference based on self-hatred. That's what your preference is based on. It's only their preference because that's what the media, marketing, advertisement, movies, and magazines promote, or it's based on self-hatred. Like you have a lot of people who have pale skin. They hate their skin tone. They feel it looks ugly. They feel it's the color of a pig. They feel it's disgusting. So if they have children, they want their kids to have melanin in it because they have a lot of self-hatred for their own skin tone too. It's not just dark-skinned people. It's a proven fact that people have been taught through brainwashing and being indoctrinated to value pale or light skin. That's the kind of world we live in, especially in this country like the United States. Pale and light skin are consistently valued more than Indian, Black, Dominican, Jamaican, and any other race with brown, dark, or black skin. These races are constantly devalued. And if we're going to tell the truth about it, keep it real. I mean, really. Again, real talk. If I could pass a law, it would be that everyone would have to date the race their ancestors created. You should be with the race that you created, your own creation. And they have to be someone who's close to their own skin tone. But when I think about it, it's unfortunate for ebony women because there are 1.2 million more ebony women than there are black men. So if ebony women only want to date black men, then 1.2 million women will not have partners. So you see, I see why ebony women step out and go to different races because they have no other choice. They're forced to date outside their race because ebony women outnumber black men. 1.2 million. That's a huge difference. Anyway, well, that's just my view. Only God have the solution for all of this hatred going on today. And the more I think about it, the more I say segregation wasn't such a bad idea. Because if we had that segregation, we would have our own black businesses. We would have our own black neighborhoods. Black would be taking care of black. So I think maybe segregation was pretty much a really great idea. And I don't know, who knows? Only God can figure all this out. But, the main problem, some black men, the reason why they have a problem with their own race of women is the fact that ebony women can see straight through their Maybelline. I mean, after all, think about it. We lived in the same house with them, and we were raised around them, so we know their games and their manipulation. And because we speak and we stand up for ourselves and refuse to just lay down and put up with the abuse and mistreatment, or because we don't do a lot of the filthy things that other races of women are willing to do. No. Most black women, we were raised religiously and in the church, and that's pretty much our background. So there's a lot of things that ebony women are not down with, whereas other women are willing to do it, which is stupid because the guy ends up cheating on them anyway. So now he done cheated on you, and he has no respect for you. Now, how bad and how stupid do the women feel? I know women who have done all of that stuff, and the man cheated on her anyway. These women were suicidal, honey. So let them use you in every hole you got. Let them sit up here and turn your mouth into a toilet, and you did all of that, and guess what? He still went out there and cheated on you like a dog. Now, how do you feel? Suicidal? I'm sure you do. Ebony women, we have already, and we still continue to go through a lot of injustice and being treated poorly. And now, guess what ebony women have said? No more. No more. We're done. We're done. But just like I said, and I want to stick to the point of this segment, like I said from the start, there are still a whole lot of kings out there who have the smarts, the courage, and the morals to stand by their own creation and their own nation of women. Now, in closing, I do hope and I pray that no one took offense to this, because that was not my intention. It's not to offend anyone, not at all. I'm just calling it as I see it. My tubies, they know that I always believe in keeping it real with them. And I think that's one of the things that they like about me most. And they already know, I refuse to bite my tongue. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love, truly loving you. You always have a choice. Please choose wisely. And remember, what is wise choosing? What does it do? It makes God's heart rejoice. Until next time, bye for now.